If you have a disabled baby, I'll leave you.
That same evening, I gave birth to a girl with a spinal cord injury. When Jim found out, he didn't even come into my room. Soon, I got my divorce papers. For 5 years, I worked hard to rehabilitate my daughter. I finally managed to get her up and walking. I even paid off the mortgage on the house. One day, I caught my ex in my home.
I've realized I want to be a better father.
I didn't believe him, but my daughter was so excited to see her daddy. So I let Jim stay. When I was at work, the house caught fire. Jim acted like a hero and saved our daughter. That's when I knew he'd changed and decided to give him a chance. Jim became the perfect dad and husband and ran his own business.
After this deal, we'll be millionaires.
I agreed to mortgage the house for his big project, but he ran off with all that money. His heroic act turned out to be pure fiction. He set fire to my house. We trusted Jim and ended up homeless. My daughter and I went to a shelter, and at that very moment, my boss saw us.
You're fired. I don't need bums in my office,
she snorted. I had no money left at all. I unloaded merchandise, worked at the cash register, and washed the floor. I never got a good job anywhere. My only hope was in God. I begged him not to let us starve to death. Then, a job ad flew into my hands. This is what I dreamed of. I thanked God. I got an internship at a cool firm. It was my chance to get out of the gutter. But the internship was unpaid. We were rushing to the bus when my daughter dropped her doll. We went back for it, but I feared we wouldn't make it to the shelter on time.
There's no room left for today.
I heard those terrifying words. Mommy, I'm hungry. I donated plasma to feed Alice. We spent the awful night hiding in a cafe. My life turned into a long, dark tunnel. During the day, I worked my internship until I dropped. At night, I worked for a pittance to feed Alice. We already had our own bed in the shelter. I finally saw the light at the end of that tunnel.
The weather's terrible. Let me give you a ride,
my boss suggested. I couldn't go to the shelter and gave him my old address. My lies made us late again. I figured we could spend the night in our old basement. Before the end of my internship, my boss threw a party. He invited everyone to his place, and suddenly, I realized he owned my old house. In tears, I came clean. I'm poor and homeless, and I really need this job.
You've already earned this position. Now you've regained my trust.
He cheered me up. I did it all on my own. A year later, I was already co-owner of the business. All I was missing was a showdown with my nemesis.
We got an offer to invest in a major project.
Suddenly, my ex-husband walked into the office.
How did you become so cool? He wondered.
You can watch the movie based on my life. It even mentions your scam. Do try to recall it while I phone the police.